Hi everyone, my name's Anthony Cummins and welcome to this video. Today we're going to talk about face reading and palmistry. But first of all, this video is done in support of this book is Ninja Skills, the Authentic Ninja Training Manual by Anthony Cummins. Go get yourself a copy now and support historical ninjutsu. Right, let's get to this. So, in the Shoninki, basically True Path of the Ninja, in here, there is this was written in 1681 by Natori Sanjuro Masazumi, also known as To Isuishi, and also known as Isui Sensei, and also known as Natori Masatake. It's the same person. But basically, he wrote the Shoninki, the true sort of like ninja account or true saboteur's account. And in here, he has a section on face reading, Chinese face reading, and palmistry. Now, first of all, you've got to understand that palmistry in the East is different to palmistry in the West, where you've got lifeline and everything. Actually, back in the other one, they more focus on shapes in the hand or creases in the hand that are actually negative and positive. So you can say, oh, you've got positive hand with negative elements in certain places, and then they can go from there. In the face reading, they look at shapes of ears, shapes of lips, teeth, hunchy, everything basically inside of this. And they can then say, oh, that's a lucky feature, that's an unlucky feature. So face reading tends to be about lucky and unlucky features, and what a person does is read them overall and say you are a lucky person, you're going to live this long, it's a bit of a fortune telling thing. Now I have been using this book, which is Urban Violence, and this is I can't pronounce this word, it's Chinese, and then face reading for self-defense. Now this is from a company called Line of Intent. Now I'm going to put a link below to an interview I did with Line of Intent. So if you want to listen to more of me, go and click the link below. However, this book is only available through them, and actually 50% of it is about violence and 50% is about face reading. Yes, I know that's a bit of a crazy, mix over, but they've done it in the book. But the face reading information is good. It's about half of the book, I'll be honest with you, it's about half of the book. I won't do a full review on that now. We're going to deal with that in the future, but just so you're aware, I've come from this. Now, this leads us to a bit of a problem, guys. So this might seem weird, but it's actually connected to shuriken. So it's, shuriken. Oh, by the way, my dogs have gone back to my sister's, so there's no dogs at the minute. They'll be back in winter. We share them. Right, for those who are hoping to see a dog face here, but no. So, right, why is face reading connected to shuriken? How is that possible? Well, it's the same problem we have with shuriken that we have with ninjutsu. So first of all, let me state, as I've stated from day one, the ninja did not invent the shuriken. Shuriken are not special ninja tools. They are used in swordsmanship. However, they don't appear in ninja manuals. They're just not there. Even though they're in the world, and even though we know they're in the world, we found documentation about them, the ninja manuals are just not there. So considering they're connected to ninja, they're just not there. Except I came across one manual. But this is the problem. This one manual, the manual had been lost. Only a modern copy existed of it, and it had biro pen sort of drawings of shuriken. It was dubious. But you can't see the original manual. I asked where the original manual, it's been lost, it's been stolen, we don't know. The library no longer have it. Basically, all they've got is a facsimile copy of it, which actually is going around the internet on PDF. So we cannot confirm that the ninja had this shuriken without seeing the original manual. However, this is the problem. Sorry, it's taken me a while to get to the problem. The problem is basically, if we find it in a ninja manual, we can say ninja used it. But if we don't, we say they didn't use it. However, we also, if we find it in many ninja manuals, then we can say the ninja definitely used it. It was spread across multiple traditions. But at the moment, shuriken is only found in one manual. This is a modern copy and highly dubious. So we could say possibly that school of ninja used shuriken, maybe. But it's the same with face reading. You do not find face reading anywhere but Natori Ryu. Natori Ryu is the only ninja school that has face reading and palmistry. So what does that mean? Well, it means we can certify that in the Edo period, not the Sengoku period, there was a ninja school using face reading and palmistry in their ninja arts. but there's no one else doing it. So does that mean that Isui Sensei has introduced it to ninjutsu in his school, or does that mean he's got it from another tradition and put it into his school? But what it does say at the moment, unfortunately, is that there is no evidence anywhere for it being a staple of ninjutsu. It's actually only found in one school and only found in the Edo period. So when we go back of the idea of the ninjas in actual real warfare and going out into enemy territory in disguise and talking to people, are they using face reading? Probably not. Well, history says probably no, because it's just not evident enough. And I do know, I run Natoryu now, so I know full well that Isui Sensei was taking from everywhere, and I can sort of pinpoint where he's getting things from. So whether that was ever used in ninjutsu, or whether he just said that would be good for my ninjutsu, we just don't know. It appears that he's probably said, ninjutsu, we probably need to use the Chinese art of face reading. Now, how would they use it? It creates another problem. The problem is this, is how do you use face reading in ninjutsu? Now, of course, ninjutsu is not just climbing around, jumping around and screaming and all that sort of stuff. It's actually going forward and analysing people. Now, absolutely, face reading is about analysing the type of person, their personality, their future, and getting a view of what they are like inside. Now, of course, most people now say this is it's not real art, it's not scientific. Okay, that's fine. We're talking about the esoteric here. But basically, you would then have a shinobi who sat somewhere in a building looking at a target. So he's in like a local pub, or, you know, he's hired himself as a servant to the target, and he can get to read the face and say, okay, is this type of character that, and he can help build a profile. So it's profile building. Basically, it's the medieval answer to, or the medieval precursor to body language and body language reading. That is basically what they're trying to do. But what I can't understand is hand reading, basically palm reading. You would literally have to hold the hand of your target. So there's another way that this could bring in. So we've got two ways this could be brought in. And that is either they used face reading and palmistry to travel and say, I'm a face reader and I'm a palmist, I don't know, you know, a palm reader, and basically they could then say, okay, and it's a way of collecting money on their journey. They could then have an excuse for being there, and if they were any good, they could then be hired by the target, and they could knock on the target's house and say, face reading, you know, would you like some face reading, that type of stuff, you know, or basically allow them to infiltrate. And the face reading and the palmistry has nothing to do with ninjutsu, except it's a cover for you to use. So this is the problem we have. We don't know if palm reading and face reading actually exist in the ninja schools of other places. Probably not, because we have to follow the historical evidence, like I've said before, and the historical evidence points to no. So possibly it was introduced through Isui Sensei into ninjutsu in the Edo period. So it probably is an Edo period thing, unless we find other documentation. Remember, on any argument, when you find more documentation, everybody takes a step back and reassesses and says, okay, this is what's happening. Okay. And then possibly they used it as a disguise to go around and talk to people. Now, we do know Isui Sensei was working in the, in the Edo period, and he probably actually was a practicing ninja. That's another debate. So probably may have used that to go around into the local area and get information and speak to people and set up a mini business, things like that, a traveling business, if you like. So that's face reading. Obviously, it would take a long time to go through all the elements of face reading. That's possibly another one. Again, don't forget to go over to Line of Intent and click the link below. And at least, even if you're not going to get the book, at least click and subscribe to them so you can see what's coming out there. Right, my name's Anthony Cummins. What I want you to do, guys, is tell me below the differences between Western face reading and Eastern face reading, and also the differences between Western palm reading and Eastern palm reading. Now, of course, I think most of it is about marks of ill omen and marks of good omen versus lines that tell you specific things. But has anybody else got any more information? Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Please do obviously get let me do my final advert. Don't forget, get yourself a copy of Ninja Skills, and if you want to keep up, get yourself, I'm sure most people out there who listen to this video have got True Path, so find that section in there and have a read. It's quite difficult to read, but It's good. Right, guys, speak to you later.